Hello, my fellow Americans. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. I received a letter from the United States District Court, District of Oregon. I have to fill out this application to see if I'm going to have to serve on a federal jury. It says I have to comply. So I guess if I don't comply, that means they're going to come rolling up here with automatic weapons and take me hostage. Because that's what it would be. Because, you know, if I refuse to fill out this piece of paper and send it back or get on the internet and fill it out, I guess they could throw me in federal court. But I'm going to comply and fill it out only because I think it'd be really cool to be on a federal jury. Now, again, I know you got to be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. But I think I could probably do a good job for we the people. I'm surprised that I even got selected. But let me just go through these questions here. They want to know if I'm a citizen. They want to know if I'm 18 years or older. They want to know my date of birth. It's like, why do I have to give them my age if I give them my date of birth? Can't they figure it out? And has my primary residence for the past year been in this state? Do I speak the English language? Do I read, write, and understand the English language with a degree of proficiency, or with a degree of proficiency sufficient to complete this questionnaire? What? Illegal aliens can't be on a federal jury? Hey, isn't that discrimination or something? Hey, shouldn't Al Sharpton or somebody be up in arms about this? No, Al Sharpton's not about illegals. Who's the guy that does the illegals? Anyway, does this seem as ridiculous to you as it does to me? Let's see. Are there any charges now pending against you for a violation of state or federal law punishable by imprisonment for more than 1 year? Have you ever been convicted either by your guilty or no low contender plea or by a court or jury trial of a state or federal crime for which punishment could have been more than 1 year in prison? If yes, were your civil rights restored? Okay, do you have any physical or mental disability that would interfere with or prevent you from serving as a juror? What, they don't want mentally disabled people on the jury? I mean, we've got them in Congress. We've got them as judges, federal judges for that matter. Let's see. Are you employed on a full-time basis as a public official of the United States, state, or local government who is elected to public office or directly appointed by one elected to office? Member of any governmental police or regular fire department? Member in active service of the U.S. Armed Forces? Are you Hispanic or Latino? Hey, once again, isn't that discrimination? I thought you're not supposed to ask those kind of questions. Okay, federal law requires you to indicate your race in order to avoid discrimination in jury selection. Well, how can you discriminate if you don't know what my race is? If you know what my race is, then you can discriminate. Is there something wrong with this? How can you avoid discrimination? I don't know. Can somebody explain that one to me, please? Then they want to know if I'm male or female. Once again, isn't that sexist? Hey, wait a minute. It says male or female. What about if you're something else? What if you're both? What if you say you're neither? I mean, isn't that discrimination against people that fall into those categories? I mean, this thing's... In the year 2015... things in the United States of America is just getting ridiculous. Are you now employed? Well, isn't that discrimination too if you ask me that question? Aren't you going to judge me on whether or not I'm employed? Are you a salaried employee of the United States government? Let's see. Grounds for requesting excuse. If you're more than 70, who serve a public agency without compensation as volunteer safety personnel, persons who are essential to the care of aged or infirm persons. Persons have a responsibility for providing in-home care and custody or homeschooling of a child or children during normal business hours. Persons who have served on a federal or state jury within the last 2 years. Huh. Well, there you go. It says, my name has been drawn by random selection, and I am being considered for jury service in the United States District Court. Trial by jury is a keystone of our system of justice. Jury service is, therefore, both an opportunity and an obligation of every American. Jurors will receive mileage, and unless they are federal government employees, an attendance fee for each day of service. It says you must answer every question, sign and date, return the form in the enclosed envelope within 10 days. And if I do not return this questionnaire fully completed within 10 days, I am liable to be summoned to report at my expense for completion of the questionnaire at the office. Well, there you have it, my fellow Americans. I'm basically being threatened, coerced into filling out this form by the United States of America, or federal government. Now, they say it's, an obligation, and I believe, yes, we should serve. But to be coerced, that's a whole different story. You see, that's part of the problem. Because once again, they enforce the laws, they use force. Force is all that matters. See, if I had the bigger force, the bigger guns, enough people, I could just tear this up and say, screw you. Because I'm gonna decimate your army if you try and mess with me. You see, that's where freedom comes from, power. And I'm going to be doing a series on that. And I hope you watch, because it's just something that people just need to open their eyes and wake up and smell the tyranny.